What if the woman in your life, the one who seems so composed, so steady, so put together, is quietly aching for something she has never been able to fully say out loud? What if her silence isn't contentment, but longing? After 40, something shifts inside a woman. The noise fades, the pretending stops, and what's left is a desire so clear, so fierce, so deeply human, that she will move mountains to experience it. You are about to discover the hidden inner world of the mature woman. The desires she doesn't post about, the needs she rarely names, the feelings that drive her every choice, in love, in life, in the quiet moments no one sees. If you have ever wanted to truly understand her, stay right here. Welcome back, beautiful souls. I'm so glad you're here, because what we're about to explore together is not surface level. This is not a list of tips or tricks. This is a real, honest, deeply felt look at the interior life of women over 40, the kind of conversation that doesn't happen at dinner parties or in polite company. I'm your host, and this channel is a space where mature relationships are treated with the intelligence and tenderness they deserve. If this is your first time here, welcome home. Hit that subscribe button, because every week we go deep. Now we have 7 hidden desires to uncover today, and I promise you, number 5 is the one that surprises people most, the one that explains so much behavior that previously made no sense. Stay until the end. This one is worth every second. Desire number 1, to be truly, completely seen, not admired, not complimented, seen. There is a profound difference between a man who notices a woman's appearance and a man who notices her soul. After 40, a woman has lived enough life to know which one she's getting, and she is no longer willing to settle for the shallow version. Psychologically, being seen activates the deepest layer of emotional safety in the human brain. It signals, you are not alone. You are known. You matter beyond what you produce or perform. Imagine a woman who has spent 20 years being the capable one, the fixer, the strong one in every room. One evening, her partner sits beside her, takes her hand, and says, I know you're tired, not just today, I mean deep down, and I see how hard you work to keep everything together. She doesn't say a word, but something inside her unlocks. That is the power of being seen. Have you ever offered someone that kind of witnessing, or received it yourself? Desire number 2, emotional safety without performance. After 40, a woman's tolerance for emotional masks drops to almost 0. She no longer wants to manage how she comes across. She is exhausted from decades of softening her voice, choosing careful words, and making herself smaller so others feel comfortable. What she craves now is a relationship, or even just a moment, where she can simply be. Psychologically, this is tied to what researchers call authentic relating, the deep human need to connect without pretense. When a woman feels emotionally safe, her entire nervous system exhales. She becomes more open, more affectionate, more present. Picture a woman on a first date after years of being guarded. She waits for the usual performance, the impression management, the careful laughter. But instead, the man across from her says something vulnerable first, something real, and suddenly she doesn't have to perform either. That safety is not weakness, it is the most powerful thing you can offer a mature woman. Desire number 3, passionate physical connection on her terms. This one is rarely spoken, but it is deeply true. After 40, a woman's relationship with physical intimacy becomes more intentional, more emotionally wired, and in many ways, more intense. She is not less sensual. She is more selective. And when she chooses to open that door, what she desires is passion that begins long before the bedroom. The psychology here is important. For mature women, physical desire is almost always rooted in emotional connection. Touch that feels rushed, mechanical, or disconnected leaves her colder than no touch at all. Think of the woman who hasn't felt genuinely desired in years. Not looked at, desired. One morning, her partner brings her coffee, brushes her hair back slowly, and holds her gaze for just a moment too long. No words, no agenda, just presence. That single moment does more for her than a dozen grand gestures ever could. She doesn't need fireworks every day. She needs to feel that someone still burns quietly for her. Desire number 4, intellectual stimulation that respects her mind. By 40, a woman has opinions forged in fire. She has read, lived, failed, rebuilt, and thought deeply about the world. What she desires now is someone who doesn't just tolerate her intelligence, but celebrates it. Someone who asks her what she thinks, who disagrees with her thoughtfully, who finds her mind attractive. Intellectually dismissive relationships feel like slow suffocation to a mature woman. Conversely, a partner or friend who engages her mind creates a connection she will return to again and again. Imagine a woman sitting across from someone who leans forward and says, "I never thought about it that way. Tell me more." Just that. Just genuine. Curiosity directed at her. She lights up, not because she needed validation, because she finally felt like someone wanted to know the landscape of her inner world. That is desire. Real, lasting, magnetic desire. Desire number 5, to be chosen, not settled for. This is the one. After 40, a woman carries a very specific fear in a quiet corner of her heart. The fear that someone is with her out of habit, convenience, or comfort, but not out of choice, not out of love that is conscious and deliberate. She needs to feel chosen every day, not with grand declarations, but in small, consistent, intentional acts. The text that says, "I was thinking about you," the plan made because she would love it. The moment he looks at her across a crowded room, and his eyes say, "You, always you." Psychologically, this taps into what attachment theorists call felt security. The knowledge that your partner is not staying by default, but by desire. A woman who feels chosen becomes extraordinary in love. A woman who feels like an afterthought eventually leaves, in her heart first, then in reality. You are not alone if you've longed for this feeling yourself. Desire number 6, peace, deep unguarded peace. After decades of drama, noise, and emotional turbulence, peace becomes one of the most erotic things in the world to a woman over 40, not the dull peace of disconnection, the warm peace of a relationship where she doesn't have to brace for impact, where she can exhale, where love doesn't come attached to anxiety. This is why many mature women will walk away from passion that brings chaos and move toward something quieter that brings safety. It is not giving up on love. It is finally understanding what love is actually supposed to feel like. Think of a woman who used to chase electric, unstable connections, always waiting for the next argument, the next apology, the next high. Then she finds someone steady, someone who just shows up, calmly, consistently. She doesn't know what to do with it at first, but slowly, her whole body learns to trust it. Peace is not boring. Peace is the destination. Desire number 7, to still feel beautiful and believed, not just told she is beautiful, believed. There is a difference between a compliment given out of obligation and one that comes from a place of genuine wonder. After 40, a woman has finely tuned radar for which one she's receiving. She desires someone who looks at her, not at the version of her that was 28, not at who she could be with different hair or a smaller dress size, but at her as a gift, as she is. When a man makes a woman feel beautiful in the quiet, unremarkable Tuesday moments, not just on date nights or special occasions, something inside her becomes deeply, devotedly loyal. She stops looking for what's missing. Because she finally feels found, I want to speak to you directly now. If you are a woman over 40 watching this, I want you to hear something. Your desires are not too much. They are not unrealistic. They are not a sign that you are difficult or demanding or asking for things that don't exist. They are human, deeply, beautifully human. You spent years, maybe decades, shrinking yourself, making space for others, putting your needs last on a list that somehow never got shorter. But something shifted after 40, didn't it? A quiet voice started speaking louder. The voice that says, I deserve to be seen. I deserve to feel chosen. I deserve to feel chosen. I deserve peace that doesn't cost me my soul. That voice is not selfishness. That voice is wisdom, and if you are someone who loves a woman like this, listen to her. Not just her words, her silences, her soft withdrawals, the moments she goes quiet. She is not complicated. She is simply someone who has finally learned her own worth. And she will only stay where she is truly, completely, undeniably valued. 7 desires, 7 windows into the soul of the mature woman. To be seen, to feel safe, to be touched with intention, to have her mind celebrated, to be chosen, consciously, daily, deliberately, to live in peace, and to feel beautiful in the most ordinary moments of her life. These are not impossible things. They are the most human things in the world. If this video moved something in you, I'd love to know. Drop a comment below. Tell me, which desire resonated most deeply with you? Which one felt like it was written about your life? And if someone you know needs to hear this today, share it with them. That's a quiet act of love. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're building something real here, together. Next week, we're going somewhere just as intimate. You won't want to miss it. Until then, take care of your heart. It deserves the same devotion you so freely give to others.